in the very southern part of Massif Central, les Cévennes. This is the name of the mount range. There are a lot of farms around here producing fruits and vegetables. You won't see much cattle here. There used to be many sheep in the past, reared for their meat, but also their wool. Well, this is the prison here, the jail of Montpellier, the cheapest accommodation here. So yeah, on the way we will see some nice and less nice parts. Anyway, so yeah, a very attractive place here, a very fast-growing city. Still very quiet. Well, when it comes to delinquents and well, just you know, we're passing the prison, the jail. Well, this is not as bad. It doesn't have the reputation of Marseille, even if Marseille is well, it can be a rough place, but also it's very beautiful and well, it's a big city. Marseille is the second largest French city, so there are you know as many problems as there can be in Paris anyway. But we're lucky in Montpellier just to have still have a quiet place. We have pickpockets too, so when visiting Montpellier, I will remind you to watch out for pickpockets, even if it looks quiet and very laid back. Well, better safe than sorry. So I will ask you in the second part of the talking too much.
No.
It's okay.
That's good.
So do you have any questions about you know, maybe the area and what you've seen so far, something you would like to know about France? Well, if it's not a difficult question or not too touchy, maybe I'll try to answer, but well, there are topics that, well, are a bit sensitive.
This is Villeneuve.
Anyway. So if you you will taste some wine, and you can purchase, of course, the wine at the wine estate. I would recommend you to do so, as you have tasted the wine already, and it's much easier to choose from, of course, after tasting. They have a good selection of wines. They're reputed. They have an appellation is because it's grown on the territory and has to comply with a lot of rules. It's great. It's imported olive oil from mostly Spain or Tunisia or Northern Africa. So French olive oil is rare to find in supermarkets. You have to go to specialized, well, very specific or fine shops. And the price of olive oil, French olive oil, is on average, minimum price is about 20 euros per liter, or more 25 euros. It contains a lot of vitamins and qualities for a year, then it decreases. But it's very fine quality oil, which is used usually to season the food, because it's quite, the taste is quite strong and has a lot of antioxidants, well, a lot of vitamins too. So it's something you won't see in the shops, because it's not the area. The area where most of our olive oil is made is further east in this area, which is not far away from Montpellier, but which is, well, an hour away by a car from Villeneuve-les-Maguelones is here, a village south of Montpellier. If you look at well, a lot of people do not live in Montpellier, which has become quite expensive. when it comes to real estate. So a lot of people would rather live outside, well, in the countryside by the sea. And Villeneuve-les-Maguelones was where first in the Middle Ages where the cathedral was. Not in Montpellier, the cathedral, that is the bishop's headquarters, were here. So there's a very old cathedral here in the middle of the ponds. You can see here to the right the sign in French, Villeneuve-les-Maguelones, and there's another sign which was right under, which was in the local vernacular language, which is Oxbridge. It's just like further east, Provençal language is a local dialect. It's a Latin-based dialect. So in the past, people didn't speak French until the end of the 19th century. A lot of people spoke Occitan. Occitan sounds a bit like, it's a mix of Latin languages. It looks like Spanish. It sounds a bit like a mix of Spanish. Occitan language to the kids. So almost alive and is attached to many traditions. So this is why it's still alive, because there are still a lot of traditions when it comes especially to a bull. Bull is an important animal until up to here, actually up to Montpellier. Bull races can be found. So the bull is not set free in the city, or there are many barriers, and now there are many wins the bull's horns. So such bull races, courses camarguaises, are not forbidden, and the bull is not hurt, the bull is not injured. It's just traumatized for about half an hour, doesn't know what's going on, and then is sent back to the fields. So in Camargue. Camargue is further east. I don't know if you've heard of Camargue. Camargue is a very flat area where the Rhone Delta is. And it is part of Provence. We won't see Camargue, but actually we're not far away from here if we were to continue straight on, further east. And there are a lot of bull farms there. The slaughterhouses of those bull farms used to be in Montpellier. There no longer are, but the bulls are reared for several years on very large farms. They're outside, they graze fresh grass, quality meat. The most aggressive bulls are selected to participate to those bull races. There are also bullfights, especially in Arles and Nimes, two old Roman towns which still have beautiful Roman arenas or amphitheaters. So this is also part of the tradition, but there are a lot of people against bullfights for different reasons, but and a lot of people in favor. So we don't, for the time being, bullfights are not banned in France, and bulls are killed at the end of the show. So yeah, this is part of the many traditions of the south of France, Provence, up to here. So you can see many ponds. Sometimes we can even see here, oh, they're here, flamingos to the right. Can you see them? Yeah. They're not bright pink. They're European flamingos. They have pink leaves, but they're not as bright pink as the ones that can be seen in America. So a lot of different bird species. This is a protected area here. Most of the flamingos are actually further east in Camargue, but there was a flock here of, there were quite many of them. They do not all migrate. They migrate if the weather is too cold or if they don't have enough food. But a lot of them stay here in winter. In winter time, if the conditions are good, or if the bird cannot. It is beautiful sea resorts, very nice food, accommodation for a cheaper price. So, well, a lot of people choose to go to Spain instead of France. And but these sea resorts, you will see, and the next one we'll see far away in the distance, were built in the 1960s, from the end of the 1960s, to compete with the Spanish sea resorts, because in the past year, some 50 years ago, there were no sea resorts here in these parts. It was just very, very wild. So which meant that a lot of people instead would go to Spain. Spain is still cheaper and very good, and I understand